Patchy to dense fog for areas by Black River Falls, Tomah, and Sparta. More about that coming up for you in just a moment.
Right now this morning, expect heavy law enforcement presence at UWL today. We'll tell you what they're preparing for. And the president is preparing for a meeting with Russia's president as National Guard troops deploy across D.C. in the president's controversial crime crackdown. What we're learning from the White House. And the DMV gives drivers a new tool to safeguard your private data. We'll tell you how to use it. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. On this Wednesday, August 13th, we will send it over first thing to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's over there in the Weather Center, tracking another nice day, right?
Well, we have a great day on tap for us here. We have some more sunshine as you can shake a stick at, holding on to that all the way into tomorrow as well with partly cloudy skies, but similar temperatures. We'll also get into some fog and low cloud activity as we go through the morning hours this morning, getting into patchy to dense fog. You can see by Black River Falls to Sparta and Tomah, as I mentioned before. As far as Eau Claire and La Crosse are concerned, well, you may see a little bit of that beginning to occur, some patchy fog or so by the 7 o'clock hour, and then it all begins to taper off as we finish out the 7 o'clock hour, going to the 8 o'clock hour, except for Sparta and Tomah. How about this, though? You can see the skies out there pretty nice currently with a little bit of haze. That's just due to light smoke that's working in the area. You have a little extra smoke up in Eau Claire, as you can see there, giving way to patchy fog, as I mentioned. So fog issues are not a concern for Eau Claire and La Crosse today. Holding on to some sunshine with 60s and 70s in your forecast. Getting to the 1 o'clock hour, about upper 70s there. You're holding on to upper 50s to the 70s as you go from Eau Claire as well into your afternoon. Highs today expected into the low 80s, possibly finishing out as we go right back into increasing temperatures over the next few days as well. Not to mention, as we go through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and beyond, we could see some rainfall moving into the picture, and that begins to increase as you can see right here. More about your local forecast coming up in just a moment.
Thank you, Art. Happening today, emergency crews at UWL are preparing for a major training exercise later this morning. News 8 Now Seth Padilla is live on campus. Seth, what can people expect to see there today?
UWL is testing how ready they are for a high-rise fire emergency. The training begins at 11 a.m. at Sanford Hall directly behind me. You'll see heavy police, fire, and medical presence around campus all day, but you don't have to worry, it's just a drill. This exercise tests how well fire, EMS, and police coordinate during a high-rise emergency. Phase 2 moves to Hetzel Fieldhouse at 12:30 p.m. The goal of all of this is to see how well emergency personnel can coordinate to save lives. Live in La Crosse, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
All right, nothing to be alarmed about, but some important training for sure. Thank you, Seth. And some national headlines to get to this morning. Federal troops deploy in D.C., part of the president's plan to tackle crime in the capital. But the White House is downplaying an upcoming meeting with Russia's president, calling it just a listening session. CBS News' Jared Hill reports.
Today, President Donald Trump will hold a virtual meeting with Ukrainian and European leaders 2 days before his sit-down with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
The president has deep respect for all parties that are involved in this conflict and are trying to bring this conflict to an end.
CBS News has learned the Trump-Putin meeting will happen Friday at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson on the northern edge of Anchorage, Alaska. While the White House says the details are still being finalized, it's working to temper expectations.
This is a listening exercise for the president. Look, only one party that's involved in this war is going to be present.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says discussions to end the war must involve Ukraine and Europe, adding Ukraine will not concede territory to Moscow. He also warned Russia could be planning a new military offensive. The White House says the eventual end goal is to get Putin and Zelensky together to hammer out a peace deal. All this as in the nation's capital, National Guard troops joined nearly 900 federal agents and officers posted around the district as the Trump administration defends its federal takeover of Washington, D.C.
Well, I think the president made the right call on it, cracking down on crime in D.C.
While some D.C. residents acknowledge a history of violence in parts of the district, they're skeptical this is the solution.
Some people might be scared or something, but that's too much. We don't need troops in the city.
According to the Pentagon, National Guard troops are not expected to make arrests.
White House sources say the federal takeover is expected to last about 30 days for now. And La Crosse police say a missing man is found safe. They asked yesterday for the public's help finding 26-year-old Ronald McLean, who was last seen Sunday. In a Facebook post last night, the department thanked the community for its help. 3 beach closures in Eau Claire, Big Falls, and Riverview are closed due to high levels of bacteria. Lake Eau Claire Beach also off limits due to harmful algae bloom. No word from the health department when they could reopen. It's been about a year since La Crosse started enforcing an overnight camping ban to address homelessness in the city. The ban effectively blocks anyone from camping overnight on any city-owned property. But before that passed, the city had already launched a program to connect the homeless population to long-term solutions, as JDS McGee reports.
I live blue collar, white collar. I live in all aspects of life, but I never expected to be homeless.
This is Roderick Washington. He's been homeless for 3 years and has struggled to find housing due to his past.
And I'm hoping that something open up to where that I can get some kind of housing.
Sue Graffin, or What I Need Now van, serves the homeless population with essentials like water and clothing. She says there's no easy solution to ending the crisis.
Homelessness can happen to anybody, but no one chooses to be unsheltered.
The city is taking action through its Pathways Home program to connect people with housing. In its first month, officials housed 10 people. As of this June, that number jumped to 178.
Pathways Home is making progress, but we didn't get here overnight, and it's not going to be solved quickly. Several hundred people have no place to go at night.
Overnight beds at city nonprofits are limited. Graff and Roderick say the city could consider going back to opening Houska Park for overnight camping.
Prior to the ban and when Houska Park was open, we knew where to find people. It's a lot more challenging for them now and for us.
The city allowed camping in the park until March of 2023.
Camping was helping the homeless. Now that you can't even pitch a tent up no more.
It's unclear if the city hall will let the camping ban remain in place long term or if they're considering other options. What is clear is residents and city officials agree this crisis has to end.
It's heartbreaking. People are desperate for not only a place to live, but somewhere to shower, somewhere to do their laundry, battling the heat. It's a really difficult position to be in.
The same day the council passed the camping ban, it rejected reopening Houska Park to the homeless. The homeless services coordinator says the ban makes it harder for Pathways Home to connect people with housing help. City officials haven't returned our calls for comment. Scammers are targeting Wisconsin drivers, but now the DMV has a new tool to fight back. The Wisconsin DMV launching a new webpage warning you about scams and where to report them. Wisconsin has seen more scams targeting drivers this year, including criminals posing as DMV workers. Officials say these scams are hard to spot.
It indicates if you fail to take action, there will be, a list of violations that will happen or penalties. And that's a threat to consumers that they want to respond to.
You can find a list of ways to report scams on the DMV website. Some Southside La Crosse residents could be without water today. That's for fire hydrant replacement happening at the intersection of Mormon Cooley Road and Calvert Road. The shutoff will go from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Bucks forward Bobby Portis just joined a new team, the board of directors for Feeding America of Eastern Wisconsin. He's partnered with the food bank for more than 4 years now, supporting collection drives and funding mobile food distributions. He also uses his platform to raise awareness about food insecurity, especially among children.
I play basketball for a living, but it's bigger than basketball. It's more about how can you impact someone, how can you change someone's life. Obviously you can't change someone's life entirely, but if I can make their lives 1% better today, then I think I did my job, and that's always just been a big drive and passion of mine.
Portis added, saying that giving back is more than a passion, it's a calling. A trip to La Crosse's Rudy's Drive-In offered a step back in time, even more than usual. The restaurant hosting a classic cruise event yesterday, inviting classic car enthusiasts to show off their wheels.
Normally it's a pretty good turnout. Get a lot of old classic cars, a lot of people coming out to look at the cars, and it's, weather permitting, a pretty good, fun time.
Every classic car that rolled through was treated to a complimentary root beer float. If you're thinking of adding a furry friend to your family, now might be the time. The Cooley Region Humane Society is hosting its 21st annual Adopt-a-thon till August 17th. Adoption fees are waived for all cats 6 months and older, small animals, and some extended stay dogs.
it hits at a really good spot for us to try to move as many animals out of here as we can, so we can keep some kennels open for, you know, the upcoming fall and winter months, and just try to move the load that we have in and out as quick as possible. Find them homes.
The theme for this year's event is Bring Back the 90s with Nirpana. Commemorative shirts, there they are. They're available for attendees. The time now is 6:09. Still ahead on your morning news. A little-known AI startup is offering to buy Google Chrome. We'll tell you for how much. Debt obligations force Kodak to consider shutting down. And Taco Bell adding a new Baja Blast to the menu. Tariffs are not driving inflation quite as high as some economists predicted yet, but many restaurants are still feeling the pinch. We'll have the latest. And for now, sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. The Onalaska Fire Department saved one family's furry friend yesterday. Look how small it is. The kitten managed to wedge itself inside of a toilet paper holder. The crew sprung into action, and thanks to their quick thinking and steady hands, the kitten was freed safely. We're glad that they are doing all right. And as you start to wake up this morning, leaving you with a quick wake-up call with Des Moines, Iowa, home to one of the oldest fairs in the world, the Iowa State Fair, that's going on now through August 17th. Stay with us. Your morning consumer news is after the break.
Tired of hard water and harsh chlorine? Maxwell White Water Conditioning brings you the all-new Dual Media Water Softener. Say hello to softer skin, luxurious hair, and water that feels amazing. Call Maxwell White today, where better water starts here.
A John Deere 3 Series tractor lets you tackle those bigger jobs with simple, intuitive controls that put the power in your hands and quick connect solutions to swap implements quickly with ease. From rotary cutter to rotary tiller to front loader. Take on all your property's biggest challenges. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a Deere. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
Since 1946, Coon Valley Dairy Supply has been more than a business. It's a family legacy. We take pride in our reputation of dependability and community impact, built on decades of trust, which is why we offer LS Tractor, your partner in the field, on the ranch, and at home. When you start with LS Tractor's award-winning power, reliability, features, and comfort, you end up staying a customer for life.
Available at the Coon Valley Dairy Supply, celebrating 79 years in business. LS Tractor, start
from the job site to the campsite. Drive your story with a new Ram from Pischke Motors.
Get your Ram now during the Make This the Summer sales event. Stop into Pischke Motors to save 10% off MSRP on a 2025 Ram 1500, plus get 3.9% financing for 72 months. Ram trucks are built to serve power. So get in a Ram today. Hurry in because this offer ends August 31st. Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
When it comes to supporting our community, we expect more. And you delivered. You helped stuff the bus, providing school and hygiene supplies for students in need. Hundreds of backpacks were filled and thousands of dollars were raised. The success of this event shows the strength and caring of our community. Still want to give? Bring your donations to either YMCA. Thank you for being a part of such an important event. And thank you to our partners and sponsors for helping stuff the bus.
Don't wait for better water. With Maxwell White Water Conditioning, you get water you will feel good about. With every sip, every bath, every day. And easy financing to make it happen now. Call today and start enjoying better water tomorrow.
Well, good morning to you. If you've not noticed yet, or you're just joining us, you're holding on to temperatures in the low 80s expected today. 82 for La Crosse, 82 for Trempealeau, going right into Eau Claire, about 80 degrees there. Down to the south, more of those 80s. In fact, there's some fog, low cloud activity that's hanging out right now. Patchy to dense fog in the forecast, but La Crosse and Eau Claire mostly in patchy fog right now. The heavier stuff is over by areas by Sparta and Tomah and getting to Black River Falls. Take a look what's happening out there. A lot of moisture coming out of the desert southwest, as well as down to the Gulf of Mexico. Right now, we've got a big of high pressure ridge kind of squeezing this moisture, trying to push it up towards Toronto. Then we've got more of this moisture coming in. It was a troughing pattern, and that too is pushing all that moisture back up to the north, and some of it pulling out towards DC as well. But for us, though, we are just holding on to dry conditions right now. We do have some rainfall on the way coming in for Thursday night, so we'll keep an eye on that. But until then, we're in seasonal conditions, holding on to the forecast. Even Thursday is about maybe a degree or two warmer in the forecast as well. well. Let's kick into this, though. We get into the forecast for today. For Thursday, you're going to hold on to at least some sunny to mostly cloudy skies. You can see some of that rainfall is going to try to get down to the ground a little bit earlier. We'll also see as we go into La Crosse, you've got partly cloudy skies to mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the upper 70s to the low 80s. And eventually, as we get into the 8 o'clock hour, well, we may have a shower or two popping in the picture, but maybe it'll come in the overnight hours. Friday's highs, well, man, oh man, look at this. Up to 87 degrees for La Crosse. I submit this may even get warmer over the next couple of days because what we're seeing is more moisture coming up from the Gulf of Mexico. So we're also going to have showers popping in all the way for 72 hours, about 1/4 of an inch or less in the forecast. You get a little bit more so up by Ladysmith as well. Then as we carry over, you can mow your lawn today and then keep the yellow lights on for Thursday and Friday as well. Carrying over to temperatures on the rise once we get into Friday, Saturday with storms on the way as well, even though picking up even more so into Monday as well. Stormy conditions and then tapering into Tuesday with a light shower or two possibly, but drier conditions for your Wednesday. Back to you.
In your morning consumer news, an artificial intelligence search company making a huge offer to buy Google Chrome. AI startup Perplexity wants to buy the browser for $34.5 billion. That is a competing web company that uses AI to generate content. The surprise bid comes as Google awaits a court decision over a court ruling that found the company violated U.S. antitrust laws. Eastman Kodak could soon be out of business. The 133-year-old photography company warned investors that it might not be able to survive much longer. In its latest earnings report, Kodak said it doesn't have committed financing or available liquidity to pay its roughly $500 million in upcoming debt obligations. The company aims to pay down some of that debt by terminating payments for its retirement pension plan. And Taco Bell will unveil a new Baja Blast flavor, Baja Midnight. A purple-colored Mountain Dew Baja Blast drink will hit the menu on Thursday. Baja Midnight is the first permanent new Baja Blast flavor in 2 decades. The company says it mixes the taste of passion fruit with a twist of lime. The Baja Blast line debuted at Taco Bell back in 2004. U.S. inflation didn't rise quite as much as expected in July despite the tariff rollout. Consumer prices rose 0.2% in July, keeping the annual inflation rate at 2.7%. According to the latest data. Ivan Rodriguez reports on what these numbers mean for consumers and the hospitality industry.
Local restaurants across the country are scrambling as some key costs skyrocket.
We certainly have seen increases in a lot of the proteins, with certainly beef, chicken, pork.
In July, hamburger beef at the wholesale level is up nearly 21% compared to the same month 10 years ago, according to federal data. Chad Mutre with the National Restaurant Association says the increase in costs is becoming a pressure point for many restaurants across the country.
We have seen menu prices that have increased every single month this year, and certainly over the last 5 months. And so that has been really a function of the fact that those costs have continued to rise.
For consumers who remain nervous about the economy's future, many are cutting back and becoming less willing to pay higher prices at restaurants. That's putting some restaurants in a position to choose between rising menu prices and eating the cost.
The reality is that restaurants operate on very thin margins, right? 3 to 5% is the typical restaurant.
In the first half of 2025, U.S. restaurants and bars saw one of the weakest 6-month periods of sales growth in the past decade, according to a CNN analysis of Commerce Department data. Mutre says that there is a silver lining. Even though consumers may not be eating out as much, they still believe it's worth it.
If you're not going on as nice of a vacation, or you're not going out and buying that large ticket item, but you still want to go out and eat and have a great meal at a great value.
That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it back over to Art. He's got an update on our forecast. How's it looking out there, Art?
I'll tell you what, a little patchy fog out there and maybe some dense fog too, but right now I'm not seeing dense fog. You get into areas by Black River Falls, you're looking at 7 miles visibility. Believe it or not, now my model was saying, yeah, there's dense fog out there. So possibly, so take it slow. These folks are zooming on along. And as we get into it here, we're taking a look. Oh, the sun is coming up for La Crosse. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, you can see a little bit of haze out there as well. We do have a little bit of light smoke in the forecast area. Eau Claire has a little bit more of that because, of course, they're closer to Canada. Holding on to 59 degrees right now out there, but 10 miles visibility. No wind out there whatsoever. The flag is not really moving too much. You'll hold on to 76 to about 82 degrees today, possibly warming up to 83 as you get into Albany. So some areas will warm up a little bit more so than Eau Claire today and La Crosse. We're picking up conditions like this as we go through the day, holding on to the 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock hour, 7 70s in the forecast, and eventually we'll still hold on to some of those 70s as we go right back into the 4 o'clock hour. But man, oh man, some of these temperatures should already be in the 80s right about now. So I don't know what's going on there. But of course, we'll be looking at 10 o'clock holding on to temperatures in the 60s for you. Then eventually rainfall starts to pick in. Clouds start to move in the forecast as well gradually. So with not a lot of cloud cover, you're not going to see a lot of rain hitting the ground there. That continues all the way over into the 8 o'clock hour. So there's stalling from the time I just showed you to the time you're seeing right here. And then storm activity comes into the forecast for Ladysmith. That gets closer to Eau Claire, maybe a little sprinkle, a spritzel or two in the forecast, and mist. And that continues on with a nice little frontal boundary continuing to stretch all the way down into Preston, getting into La Crosse as well, associated with that, Black River Falls and Sparta, Holman. You guys are getting some of that too. Holding on to at least 8 o'clock in the morning for Friday, where you're picking up again temperatures in the 70s in the morning. So this is when we start to really begin to warm up. You're also going to see another batch of showers, possibly with a storm potential getting in the forecast as it lifts up to the north, right? And once again, as it stalls over there, and then from that morning time slot I showed you all the way to the 9 o'clock hour, that's when it starts to come back again. So there's morning showers for Friday, and then there's evening and overnight showers possibly. And then of course, as we get into Saturday, there you have all that rainfall popping in and working its way down south. Thursday, temperatures will be similar to what we have today, but they'll be maybe a degree or two warmer. Holding on to Friday with temperatures on the rise, coming up with that Gulf moisture, bringing up some upper 70s and some 80s in the forecast as well, where we'll see this rainfall potential as we go into it, maybe about a couple of inches up there by Ladysmith, because they've got all that bulky rainfall you can see here. And then continuing on to more rainfall for Saturday going into Sunday with storm activity associated with that. It backs off a bit, comes back again for overnight for 3 o'clock in the morning for Sunday with more showers up to the north, and continuing on with more showers coming back down to the central portion of the region as well as the southern portion, with more storm activity carrying over to Monday. And then Monday has some rainfall in the forecast as well, with storm activity embedded going all the way into Tuesday as well, with a little bit of light shower activity to finish your forecast. And that's how that all plays out. Giving way to this, temperatures on the rise over the next couple of days from seasonal temperatures up to above seasonal average temperatures. Then we'll cool you on back next week, but we do have to go through some showers and thunderstorms. Be safe. Have a good day.
Thank you, Art. Coming up, President Trump says he no longer wants to repeal Obamacare, but the GOP's big, beautiful bill is putting major limits on coverage and enrollment. We'll have those details after the morning sports blitz.
Coming up at the Blitz, the Bangor football team is ready to embark on a new season, and they want to get back to the top of the mountain in the scenic bluffs. Hear from a couple players in just a moment.
US Cellular makes it easy to switch. Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
We don't even have to trade in our teeth?
Nope.
I almost lost this one.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward. Get 0% APR plus 3,000 trade assistance on select Sierra 1500 models when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
The history of Pleasing is a history of taste. After World War II, my grandfather, Frank Italiano, spent time in China and acquired a gourmet taste which became his passion. He developed a seasoning and shared it with his friends. In 1952, Pleasing was created. That first seasoning has grown to 40 different blends. This history of taste continues with both the second and the third generations as we explore people's changing tastes. Stop by the Pleasing Outlet store on Ward Avenue and taste the history.
I'm a martial artist, a skydiver, a pilot, and all of them require your feet to work. Get up in the morning, and it felt like I was standing on marbles on my heel. When I went into the Good Feet store, the fitting was personalized. It was all about me. You put in the arch supports, and your day becomes better, and the sun shines, the unicorns run by, and, you know, it's a good life. I'm Randy, and that's my Good Feet story.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
From laminate and vinyl to tile and wood, Floor & Decor has more options for pros, homeowners, and anyone looking for the right look at the right price. Your next beautiful space is at Floor & Decor.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
No, and you get the latest phones.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
keeping you safe and ahead of the storm with current conditions and updated video forecasts from the local team that warns you first. The News 8 Now First Warn Weather app, giving you more than what you'd expect. Get it now. No, seriously, like, right now. News 8 Now Sports.
The Blitz. Well, next week, high school football teams across the state kick off their quest for playoff glory. Among them, the Bangor Cardinals, a team that hasn't missed the postseason since 2007. Football runs deep in Bangor, where the Cardinals have built a proud tradition marked by multiple deep playoff runs and state championships back in 2014 and 2017. A dominant force in the Scenic Bluffs Conference, they claimed the conference title every year from 2014 through 2021. However, the Cardinals haven't topped the conference in the last 3 seasons, and this year's squad is determined to reclaim their spot at the top of the mountain.
We just have a great drive in our team, and we come out here day after day, just rep after rep. We gotta just grind all day, every day. And it's just like, we gotta live up to that high standard of just the greatness through the team.
One key area to watch this season is the Cardinals' defense, as last year they held opponents to just 14 points a game on average. With their top 2 leading tacklers returning, plus a strong defensive scheme led from the top, the Cardinals are poised to be a formidable force on that side of the ball.
Everyone's ready to compete. That's how Bangor's always been. The coaches set us up. We watch a ton of film, game plan. I mean, coaches are always watching film. They're always talking to you about where to go. We should know the play before they even run it.
And the Cardinals will begin their season hosting Melrose Mindoro during their annual Week 1 game in 1 week, August 21st. Also, Jordan Love underwent a procedure on his left thumb yesterday. Coaches and front office say he should be good to go for the regular season opener. And the Brewers going for 12 straight wins later this afternoon, first pitch at 1:10. That'll do for the Blitz. Hope to see you back here later tonight.
Where's the best place for local, fresh, quality meat? The Holman Locker and Meat Market, of course. Our homemade brats are on sale this month for just $4.99 per pound. Grab some mustard and check out our beer selection. Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
At Overhead Door Company, we repair any garage door and only install the best. Serving up to 100 miles outside of the Onalaska, Wisconsin area. When you need a door company you can trust with your life, call Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was amazed to see Bear up and running again so soon. They really took good care of him.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
Confidence isn't given, it's built. One choice, one moment, one step at a time. How you feel is how you play. It starts with a click. Invisalign.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. With SUVs for life's adventures, trucks as dependable as the people who drive them, EVs to charge up a summer of no limits, and American legends that need no introduction. This summer, Chevy drives America.
Get 0% financing on this Silverado, plus $3,000 total cash allowance on select Silverado pickups. That's around $9,000 total value, plus $3,750 owner loyalty cash.
We're really excited about our new hearing aids that came out. They're called Vitality. They have artificial intelligence, and people have really been hearing better in background noise with them. They're also a lot more clear.
And you can also control it with your phone. So if you want to get more technical, you can make your own adjustments on your phone.
It's just set and forget. They will adapt on their own, or you do have the ability to customize it more for your personal preferences and environments as well.
So stop by the Better Hearing Center and find out more about the new Vitality.
Stop in for a treat at Holman Locker and Meat Market. Our award-winning ice cream comes in several flavors, available in a cone or a pint. Try our featured ice cream, Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
Man, look at this shot. I feel like I have an orange lightsaber in the forecast right now. We're holding on to sunshine today. More about that in just a moment.
Right now this morning, expect heavy law enforcement presence at UWL today. We'll tell you what they're preparing for. And the president getting ready for a meeting with Russia's president as National Guard troops deploy across D.C. in Trump's controversial crime crackdown, what we're hearing from the White House. The DMV giving drivers a new tool to safeguard their private data. We'll tell you how to use it. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. On this Wednesday, August 13th, we will send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett for another look at that gorgeous. Oh, he took it off. You had a gorgeous sunrise behind you.
Yeah, I hit it with
People are going to have to look out their windows,
must have hit it
I guess.
with my hand here. Hang on, let's get back to this in just a second here. I'm going to close this off real quick, and we can get into your forecast. As we get into it here, patchy fog in your forecast this early morning. As you can see from areas by Toma, as well as getting into a sparse, dense fog out there expected. But it gets better by the time we get in the 8 o'clock, 8:30 hour, 9 o'clock hour for you. We're also going to find ourselves giving way to this. Eau Claire looking pretty good as well, holding on to all that haze right now, as you can see. And then getting into your forecast today, sunshine is expected today. There's more sunshine for you there, 7 a.m. all the way to 1 p.m. Holding on to that sunshine today with 60s and the 70s in your forecast, giving way to a little bit of haze, but also Eau Claire gets into 50s, some upper 50s to the middle 70s in your forecast with mostly sunny skies. We'll hold on to temperatures widespread in the low to middle 80s possibly. Expected maybe. You'll also see as you get into Eau Claire 80 degrees, 82 now for La Crosse. As we get into your forecast, we'll have temperatures on the rise, getting up to those upper 80s to, again, near 90-degree heat with more mugginess in the forecast. So humidity will be picking up. Then we'll begin to cool you on down. And of course, rainfall will be a part of your forecast as well. As you'll see over the next several days, rain is going to be a part of our forecast, increasing for the weekend though, going into Monday and the beginning of the week of next week as well. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. Emergency crews at UWL are preparing for a major training exercise today. News 8 Now Seth Padilla is live on campus this morning. Seth, what can people expect to see today?
Yeah, Alexandra, UWL is testing how ready they are for the emergency fire high-rise situation training that's going to be going on today. The training will take place at 11 a.m. at Sanford Hall directly behind me. You'll see heavy police, fire, and medical presence around campus all day, but you don't have to worry, it is just a drill. This exercise tests how well fire, EMS, and police can coordinate during a high-rise emergency. Phase 2 moves to Hetzel Fieldhouse at 12:30 p.m. The goal? To make sure everyone can work together to save lives. Live in La Crosse, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
All right, some important training for sure, Seth. Thank you. And some national headlines to get to now. Federal troops deploying in D.C., part of the president's plan to tackle crime in the capital. But the White House is downplaying an upcoming meeting with Russia's president, calling it just a listening session. CBS News' Jared Hill reports.
Today, President Donald Trump will hold a virtual meeting with Ukrainian and European leaders 2 days before his sit-down with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
The president has deep respect for all parties that are involved in this conflict and are trying to bring this conflict to an end.
CBS News has learned the Trump-Putin meeting will happen Friday at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson on the northern edge of Anchorage, Alaska. While the White House says the details are still being finalized, it's working to temper expectations.
This is a listening exercise for the president. Look, only one party that's involved in this war is going to be present.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says discussions to end the war must involve Ukraine and Europe, adding Ukraine will not concede territory to Moscow. He also warned Russia could be planning a new military offensive. The White House says the eventual end goal is to get Putin and Zelensky together to hammer out a peace deal. All this as in the nation's capital, National Guard troops joined nearly 900 federal agents and officers posted around the district as the Trump administration defends its federal takeover of Washington, D.C.
Well, I think the president made the right call on it, cracking down on crime in D.C.
While some D.C. residents acknowledge a history of violence in parts of the district, they're skeptical this is the solution.
Some people might be scared or something, but That's too much. We don't need troops in the city.
According to the Pentagon, National Guard troops are not expected to make arrests.
White House sources say the federal takeover is expected to last for 30 days for now. La Crosse police say a missing man has been found. They asked the public for help finding 26-year-old Ronald McLean. He was last seen Sunday. On Facebook last night, they thanked the community for help locating him. 3 beach closures in Eau Claire County to let you know about. Big Falls and Riverview are closed due to high levels of bacteria. Lake Eau Claire Beach is off limits due to a harmful algae bloom. No word from the health department on when they could reopen. It's been about a year now since La Crosse started enforcing an overnight camping ban to address homelessness in the city. The ban effectively blocks anyone from camping overnight on any city-owned property. But before it passed, the city had already launched a program to connect the homeless population to long-term solutions, as Jadius McGee reports.
I live blue collar, white collar. I live in all aspects of life. But I never expected to be homeless.
This is Roderick Washington. He's been homeless for 3 years and has struggled to find housing due to his past.
And I'm hoping that something open up to where that I can get some kind of housing.
Sue Graffin, or What I Need Now van, serves the homeless population with essentials like water and clothing. She says there's no easy solution to ending the crisis.
Homelessness can happen to anybody, but no one chooses to be unsheltered.
The city is taking action through its Pathways Home program to connect people with housing. In its first month, officials housed 10 people. As of this June, that number jumped to 178.
Pathways Home is making progress, but we didn't get here overnight, and it's not going to be solved quickly. Several hundred people have no place to go at night.
Overnight beds at city nonprofits are limited. Graff and Roderick say the city could consider going back to opening Houska Park for overnight camping.
Prior to the ban and when Houska Park was open, we knew where to find people. It's a lot more challenging for them now and for us.
The city allowed camping in the park until March of 2023.
Camping was helping the homeless. Now that you can't even pitch a tent up no more.
It's unclear if the city hall will let the camping ban remain in place long term or if they're considering other options. What is clear is residents and city officials agree this crisis has to end.
It's heartbreaking. People are desperate for not only a place to live, but somewhere to shower, somewhere to do their laundry, battling the heat. It's a really difficult position to be in.
The same day the council passed the camping ban, it rejected reopening Houska Park to the homeless. Homeless Services Coordinator says the ban makes it harder for Pathways Home to connect people with the housing help they need. City officials haven't returned our calls for comment. Scammers are targeting Wisconsin drivers, but now the DMV has a new tool to fight back. The Wisconsin DMV launching a new webpage warning you about scams and where to report them. Wisconsin has seen more scams targeting drivers this year, including criminals posing as DMV workers. Officials say the scams are hard to spot.
It indicates if you fail to take action, there will be, a list of violations that will happen or penalties. And that's a threat to consumers that they want to respond to.
You can find a list of ways to report scams on the DMV website. Some Southside La Crosse residents could be without water today during fire hydrant replacement that's happening at the intersection of Mormon Cooley Road and Calvert Road. The shutoff will go from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. A new option for end-of-life care is now available in La Crosse County. Officials cut the ribbon yesterday at a Grace's new 3rd Street North office. The nonprofit offers in-home hospice care and grief support for people in private homes or long-term care facilities.
We provide hospice services to anyone who needs them, pediatrics through end of life and adulthood. We have RN case managers, social workers, spiritual grief, CNAs, volunteers, pretty much anything that someone would desire or require on hospice care.
We're also looking for volunteers to help with patient visits and light support tasks. Bucks forward Bobby Portis just joined a new team, the board of directors for Feeding America of Eastern Wisconsin. He partnered with the food bank now for more than 4 years, supporting collection drives and funding mobile food distributions. He also uses his platform to raise awareness about food insecurity.
I play basketball for a living, but it's bigger than basketball. It's more about how can you impact someone, how can you change someone's life. Obviously, you can't change someone's life entirely, but if I can make their lives 1% better today, then I think I did my job, and that's always just been a big drive and passion of mine.
Portis added that giving back is more than a passion, it's a calling. If you're thinking of adding a furry friend to the family, now's the perfect chance. The Cooley Region Humane Society hosting its 21st annual Adopt-a-thon till August 17th. Adoption fees are waived for all cats 6 months and older, small animals, and some extended stay dogs.
It hits at a really good spot for us to try to move as many animals out of here as we can, so we can keep some kennels open for, you know, the upcoming fall and winter months, and just try to move the load that we have in and out as quick as possible. Find them homes.
And the theme for this year's event is Bring Back the 90s with Nirpana. Commemorative shirts are available for attendees. Love it. In your morning medical news now, President Trump and Republicans are not promising to repeal Obamacare anymore, but they are quietly gutting it. Trump's budget contains the largest ever cuts to federal health coverage support. The bill plus new Medicaid and Medicare work requirements could leave millions without coverage. The changes add more verification requirements for enrollees. And it may be harder this fall for parents who want to get their young children vaccinated against COVID. The CDC says the FDA might not renew authorization for Pfizer's vaccine that was made for children under 5. Without FDA approval, healthy children under that age would have to get an off-label dose by a willing physician or pharmacist. Now we'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's got an update on our morning commute.
All right, so what we're looking at here, that sunshine we all just showed you here, it's like, that hurt. We'll get into that. Sunshine continues on this early morning. Fog is really not a major issue for La Crosse as well as Eau Claire right now, but other locations you get into portions of, say, Prairie du Chien, maybe with a little bit of fog. I'm showing you Dubuque, Iowa. This is the closest I can get to Prairie du Chien right there, but that looks pretty beautiful as well. But over by Sparta as well as in Tomah and then Black River Falls, they have some patchy dense fog out there as well. Getting into the 50s, expected to some 60s in the forecast right about now. You'll hold on to the conditions to be like this. Little fog in the early morning giving way to at least some sunshine, and that will continue to the day with temperatures around the low 80s in the forecast. And I suspect La Crosse will probably be around 81, 82 degrees today, possibly holding on to Eau Claire with some sunshine, upper 50s, the 60s, the 70s to near 80 degrees. Possibly, I suspect they will reach about 80 degrees also. We'll get back into Wednesday, though. Everybody else, well, we've got some upper 70s, some middle 70s, and some low 80s in the forecast in other locations as well, picking up that rainfall potential as we go right into it. This is for our Thursday night coming into the forecast, but for now, drier air still holding on to the forecast region. As we get into it over the next few days, what I've got cooking for you is this. We're going to have temperatures on the rise after a couple of days of nice conditions. We've got upper 80s with more humidity working in the forecast and showers and storms continuing all the way into Monday. Showers on Tuesday. Back to you.
Coming up in your Buzz Report, Only Murders in the Building is back. We'll have a sneak peek of season 5 after the break.
Save the date for Coon Valley Heritage Day, a fun-filled time to celebrate and preserve Coon Valley history. There'll be a softball tournament, tractor ride, market, car show, music, food trucks, and fireworks. That's Saturday, August 23rd in Coon Valley.
For over 25 years, Window World's provided quality products for homeowners around the country, including windows and doors. Every window we sell is custom made for optimal energy efficiency and superior durability. Plus, a vinyl finish means they'll never need painting. Just like our windows, entry doors from Window World are made to last, featuring a durable fiberglass construction that provides up to 4 times the insulation value of wood. When it comes time for new windows or doors, trust America's exterior remodeler. Trust Window World.
We see you out there making the most of every moment.
Happy birthday, buddy.
One big, bright idea at a time. At Blaine's, we're glad to be part of it by offering best-in-class products and solutions at unbeatable farm and fleet prices. Like select name brand tires, buy 3, get 1 free for rewards members. 10% off Carl Star specialty tires. Rewards members save 15%. And select Best Air furnace filters, just $19.99. Find value on the things you value. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
We know how hard your family can be in your home. Relax. We're more than just a flooring store. We're your partners that can create a home. Last a lifetime. Our flooring from Sealants is perfect for muddy feet
and waterborne fights.
Sealants Carpeland in Coon Valley. Let us help you find the perfect flooring because our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
In
1925, a new furniture store opened its doors in Fountain, Minnesota. The business was called the Fountain Furniture Company. Today, 100 years and 4 generations later, we're Drury's, where you'll find a focus on principles that have given us staying power. Handle quality furniture, maintain a professional staff, and a commitment to customer service. We invite you to stop in and find out for yourself how this big store in a tiny town has lasted. Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Family owned for 100 years.
We know, like, if we help one person and if we impact their life and have such a positive influence on them when they're coming in here working on sometimes the hardest thing for themselves that they can do, and they can then help the next 3 to 5 people that they encounter, our reach goes more.
Are we looking to enjoy time with our family? Are we looking to get up and down off the floor with our grandkids? Are we looking to go travel and experience retirement a little bit differently? We're in your corner through the ups and the downs that life has to offer because we know that they'll happen.
Head over to unityfitnesspro.com today.
Save the date for Coon Valley Heritage Day, a fun-filled time to celebrate and preserve Coon Valley history. There'll be a softball tournament, tractor ride, market, car show, music, food trucks, and fireworks. That's Saturday, August 23rd in Coon Valley.
All right, with all the sunshine, of course, I'm going to take you around the round robin here and around the zones and show you what's happening. A lot of folks getting into some 82-degree heat there. La Crosse and Shelby picking that up as well, getting all the way up into Holman, about 82 degrees as well there. Bar Mills also doing similar conditions, take it down to the south, holding on to 82 down for Prairie du Chien, 81 as you go into, and then getting back up to some more 80s as you go back in the picture here, getting back up into areas right by Melrose, 82 degrees there, but I'll see holding out 80 degrees. Back into Eau Claire, you're looking at 80 degrees there expected as well. Then Ladysmith about 77 degrees. We'll go into the forecast showing you gradually by the 10 o'clock hour. Temperature still holding on to the 70s. It's getting kind of held back. This model may be doing that on purpose, but you're looking at temperatures by 10 o'clock holding on to the 60s with rainfall potential coming back in the forecast, showing you as we go right into the overnight hours and into the morning, possibly in the evening for Thursday as well. So Thursday has evening showers and storms, possibly up by Ladysmith, Eau Claire getting brushed by the early morning hours by Friday. That also tracks down to the south. It was getting to 3 o'clock in the early morning by Eau Claire, Black River Falls, Winona in that as well, and then continues out of the region. We'll go back into 8 o'clock in the morning, as you can see, for Friday, holding on to some shower potential, still holding on, maybe some mist, some drizzle associated with that as well, with another batch coming in from Minneapolis. We'll go right back in the 9 o'clock hour for Friday, so we've got some showers coming in for Friday morning. We have some showers coming back for Friday night. Storm activity associated with that as well. Then that continues on, drops right back down on top of Black River Falls as well as Eau Claire, and of course Ladysmith gets the full brunt of that. Marshfield gets that too, and it tracks out of the region. We'll get into highs for Thursday, similar conditions to what we're picking up today as well in the low 80s, so maybe a degree or two warmer for tomorrow. Then by Friday, mugginess. Look at that wind coming up from the south, bringing in some muggy air from the Gulf of Mexico. That continues to take us in the upper 80s, possibly the upper 90s. I suspect we'll probably be getting there as well. And then carrying that over as we go right into Saturday with even warmer conditions on the way. So this is the rainfall potential, as you can see, as we go from Saturday all the way up to about a couple of inches for Ladysmith, and then everybody else maybe about a half an inch or less in the forecast. We'll also find ourselves getting into rainfall for Saturday, with storm activity associated with that as well. That continues on all the way into Sunday with more storm activity starting in the early morning hours, giving way to more shower potential with some underlying storm activity working towards La Crosse as we go into Monday. Possibly, there it is right there going into the morning hours, and then continuing on into Tuesday with a little bit of shower activity. But first, more storms still holding on mostly across the river, and then eventually Tuesday has some light showers in your forecast. We'll carry over the next few days with temperatures that will be seasonal, then above seasonal average, continuing on up to maybe near 90-degree heat with humidity. Showers and storms continue to pick up from 30% all the way up to 40%. At night, sometimes they're up to 40 to 50% as well. And then we dry her out as we finish out Tuesday going into Wednesday.
In our morning buzz report, the actress best known for her role as the quick-witted little sister on the 70s sitcom What's Happening has died. Danielle Spencer died Monday at a hospital in Virginia. She was 60. A cause of death has not been announced. Paramount bought UFC media rights in a landmark $7.7 billion deal. The 7-year agreement moves all 13 marquee events and 30 fight nights to Paramount Plus starting next year. Select events will also air on CBS. The deal ends UFC's existing pay-per-view model.
We've
we've got company. These here are my brothers, Tony, Mikey, Vinny, and Braden.
Braden, right. Suits you.
The podcast trio goes up against the mob in the new season of Only Murders in the Building. Guest stars include Renee Zellweger and Meryl Streep. Season 5 of Only Murders in the Building premieres September 9th on Hulu.
Family living died in America. Good old USA.
Beyonce has an Emmy to go with her 35 Grammys. The performer won a Primetime Emmy for costume design for her Netflix special Beyonce Bowl. She's up for 2 more awards for the show at the 77th Annual Creative Arts Emmys, September 6th and 7th. Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Athena is turning 8 months old. She loves to be by her big sister and giving big smiles.
And Reagan's turning 8. She loves animals, arts and crafts, and being around her big brothers.
How about Lydia is also turning 18. She loves being outdoors and photography.
And Grace is turning 88. She loves to bake and is a loving grandma to 19 grandkids.
Ooh. All right, if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 80 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com. Look for the Submit Pictures button. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was amazed to see Bear up and running again so soon. They really took good care of him.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
We can play the role of the main focal point why somebody's coming into lacrosse. They're going to go check out the restaurants, the bars, the other things, the other events that might be going around in town. And we all complement each other so well as a community. It makes it so special to be a part of this region.
As we're bringing in additional income, it allows us to give out additional raises, and the quality of life is going to expand and go right with that as well.
The Power of Tourism, brought to you by Explore Lacrosse.
Your home, a place of comfort and safety, could be trying to tell you something. Interior cracks, sloping floors, hard to open doors and windows are all signals of foundation failure that you can't ignore. At American Waterworks, we use modern techniques and warranted solutions to restore your peace of mind in your home. After all, your home's foundation issues won't get better with time, but it will with our proven solutions. Choose confidence, choose reliability, choose American Waterworks.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Dutch Boys Forever Exterior Paint and Primer in One provides exceptional fade resistance to ensure beautiful lasting color. A gallon starts at $38.97 after rebate. Maximize your curb appeal with Dutch Boy Max Bond Plus Exterior Paint. It provides max adhesion, height, and performance while repelling rain in just 90 minutes after application. Pick up a gallon starting at $47.87 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
From the creators of bacon. Applewood smoked ham. Ham and Swiss melts. 2 for $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
When it comes to supporting our community, we expect more. And you delivered. You helped stuff the bus, providing school and hygiene supplies for students in need. Hundreds of backpacks were filled and thousands of dollars were raised. The success of this event shows the strength and caring of our community. Still want to give? Bring your donations to either YMCA. Thank you for being a part of such an important event. And thank you to our partners and sponsors for helping stuff the bus. First Warn Weather on News 8 Now.
Okay, let's see. Headlines from News 8 Now? Check. Live updates all day? Check. Local breaking news? Yep. Weather every 10 minutes? Yes, please. Well, that was an easy choice. News 8 Plus. It puts the now in your day. Get it today.
Your local weather app. The News 8 Now First Warn Weather app. You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
You may think bingo is just for older folks, but young people are making it trendy. This is bingo at one venue in the UK. You can see glitzy outfits, loud music, and colorful drinks. Hosts don't just call numbers, they perform on stage with dance breaks. If two players get bingo together, they battle it out in a fun duel. Nearly half of new bingo fans in the UK are under 35. It's 6:54, time for your morning news now. UWL testing how ready they are for a high-rise fire emergency. Today's training will start at 11 a.m. at Sanford Hall. You'll see heavy police, fire, and medical personnel all around campus. Don't worry, it is a drill. The exercise tests how well fire, EMS, and police coordinate during a high-rise emergency. Scammers are targeting Wisconsin drivers. Now the DMV has a new tool to fight back. It launched a new webpage warning you about scams and where to report them. Wisconsin has seen more scams targeting drivers this year, including criminals posing as DMV workers.
It indicates if you fail to take action, there will be, a list of violations that will happen or penalties. And that's a threat to consumers that they want to respond to.
You can find a list of ways to spot and report scams on their webpage. Some Southside La Crosse residents could be without water today. It's for fire hydrant replacement happening at the intersection of Mormon Coulee and Calvert Road. The shutoff will go from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. 3 beach closures in Eau Claire. Big Falls and Riverview are closed due to high bacteria levels. Lake Eau Claire Beach is off limits due to harmful algae bloom. No word on when they could reopen. And if you are thinking of adding a new furry family member to your family, now might be the time. The Coulee Region Humane Society hosting its 21st annual Adopt-a-thon. Through August 17th, adoption fees are waived for all cats 6 months and up, small animals, and some extended stay dogs.
It hits at a really good spot for us to try to move as many animals out of here as we can, so we can keep some kennels open for the upcoming fall and winter months, and just try to move the load that we have in and out as quick as possible. Find them homes.
The theme for this year's event is Bring Back the 90s with Nirvana. Commemorative shirts are available for attendees.
Yes, had to throw your cats in there. As we get into it, more sunshine. In fact, it's a sunshiny day out there. We'll see a little bit more of this tomorrow, but we'll see partly cloudy skies as well. Temperatures will be on the rise gradually after we pass through Wednesday and Thursday, and then eventually we'll hold on to temperatures that will start to be a little bit warmer on your skin. In fact, you can see as we go through the next few days, we'll get into Friday. You're looking at temperatures in the upper 80s, possibly near 90-degree heat, as well as Saturday with storm activity on the way as well. And that means it'll feel like it's probably about middle 90s to about 100 degrees on your skin.
All right, a nice sunshiny day. That's what we signed up for. Thank you, Art. Thank you for waking up with us. Coming up at noon, your Social Security checks could be at risk. We'll tell you about the new fight to protect your money at noon.